Hey everybody, welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at Halo, the Spartan collection, and this is Spartan Rogue from Series 5. These figures are made by Wicked Cool Toys, which are basically by Jazwares. You can see in the background we already have 3 of these unboxed and reviewed so far. If you haven't seen our other reviews, we recently bought an Xbox. I was a big fan of the first Halo, played a little bit of Halo 2, then kind of drifted towards PlayStation. I know, all you Xbox fans, I'm sorry. I like PlayStation and I like Xbox, I just like playing games. But recently picked up a Series S for my son, and we're actually hooked on Halo Infinite. So now we're going through that game, and definitely going to go through the previous games as well. But that being said, we are actually hooked on these figures. These figures are amazing. I don't know why I haven't collected them until now. So we get a closer look at the packaging. Just some plastic on the side here. On the other side we have a little picture of Spartan Rogue. On the back here we have a picture of Spartan Rogue. It says there that he comes with accessories, brute shot, energy sword, and some additional hands. So like I previously mentioned, these are from Series 5. The other figures in the wave are Master Chief, Kelly-087, and George-052. And we can see George in the background here. These 2 figures are actually from Series 4, if I'm correct. Awesome figures. This one's awesome as well. Does have its issues, but still a great figure. Getting on with our review. UNSC on the top, sure, barcodes and all that stuff on the bottom. Nothing exciting about barcodes, unless you like barcodes. If you like barcodes, then who am I to judge? So that's it for packaging. We'll be right back with Spartan Rogue outside of the packaging. Alright guys, we are back and we have Spartan Rogue outside of the packaging. Give it a quick look over. Man, this is one awesome looking figure as well. Love this full series so far. Can't wait to pick up some more. So for accessories, he comes with his energy sword. We've seen this before with a lot of other figures. And he comes with this brute shot weapon as well. Fantastic. Pretty cool looking. Like I previously mentioned, I'm not up on a lot of the newer Halo stuff. Don't really remember this one at all. Pretty unique looking weapon though. Regardless if I know about Halo or not, what I do know is action figures and this accessory. This brute shot actually looks pretty nice. Pretty cool paint application on this one. Pretty clean all the way over. Fantastic. I was looking at it upside down the whole time. Pretty awesome looking weapon. Like I previously mentioned too, it comes with 5 extra hands, which is pretty standard for these. I don't know why these don't come with 6 hands. They just come with 5. This one actually comes with 2 fists. A couple of other figures only came with 1 fist, so that's pretty cool. I like having 2 fists for my action figures. So just 1 hand for the energy blade. We can see there that he has 2 gripping hands. He has 2 of these trigger fingers, or these guiding fingers, or pointer fingers, whatever you want to call it. Pretty cool. Get a closer look at this guy. This guy looks fantastic. Really love the shiny visors. We were looking at a few, and it was visors are kind of flat looking. Doesn't have the same effect, man, when you're looking at it. Pretty cool detail on this one all over. Love the dry brushing on this one too. Bit of damage to his armor, some scrapes, scratches, and all that good stuff. One's super bright. Even though there is some dry brushing, some damage and that stuff, definitely looks way too bright. Don't get me wrong, it still looks cool. But this one could use a bit of black wash just to kind of dull it down a bit. That being said though, fantastic design to his armor. I'm not sure what this piece is. If you do know what this piece is, let me know in the comments below. Not overly familiar with these figures, so I'm not sure what that is. But yeah, we get a closer look at the bottom part of his body. Like I said, the paint application is pretty even all the way through, and the dry brushing carries over all the way through as well. This white paint going right across is pretty bad, man. You see the blue and everything else shining through with this one, and just sloppy line work. All the other ones that we bought so far have pretty awesome paint application. Definitely the worst that we've seen from any of these figures. The one on top on his armor is not so bad. We can see some blue showing through, and the line work isn't perfect on it, but still not as bad as the lower part. That being said though, some awesome detail in the sculpt. Even the black, all the blue and everything else, we see lots of detail in this one. Just an awesome sculpt to all these figures in this line. Fantastic. So yeah, that's pretty much it for a closer look, man. Let's take a few seconds to go over articulation. Pretty much the same articulation that we see from the rest of the line, but we'll take a few minutes just to go over it just in case. So this one actually has a bit of head movement. So his head goes back this far, down this far. Awesome head movement to this one. Rotates this far and rotates all the way over on this side. Fantastic. If you really want to force this one, you can get a full range of motion all the way around. Fantastic. This is the only one that we have so far that you can get a full rotation. His shoulders go up this far, a little bit restricted by his armor. There is a bicep swivel. You get a full rotation all the way around. Double jointed pin elbows, which you get a pretty decent range of motion out of. Like I said on all the previous reviews, articulation is going to be restricted anyways when you have a character and a figure that's basically in a big armored spacesuit. For the ball joint at the torso, it goes back this far, forward this far, so you get a lot of side to side. There's no full rotation though. If you force on this one too much, it pops off all the time. It's very loose. We can see the ball joint here. So we get good range of motion from side to side all the way around, but a very loose, sloppy joint. This guy comes out to a full split, which is fantastic. I think this is the first one that comes out to a full split so far out of the 4 that we have. His leg goes forward this far, not too bad. Back this far, awesome back kick. Not restricted at all going back. There is a rotation right here as well. There is a cut here. That if you take your time with it, you can get a full rotation out of it. But every time I try to do it, I end up popping his leg off. So we'll just say that it goes around this far and then around this far as well. So you get a bit of rotation there. You get enough rotation to help actually get this one to stand up. So pretty decent. Double jointed knees. Ugly looking joints, man. Really ugly looking joints. This is probably one of the ugliest joints I've ever seen on an action figure. Look at that. If that's not the ugliest looking knee joint that you've seen, let me know in the comments below. I don't think the other ones were this bad. Not so bad if you go 90 degrees, but if you take it as far as it can go, yeah, man, that looks horrible. Wow. Not impressed by that. And we have the same issue with this one that we have with all the other ones. Very, very gummy knee joints. Which is a bummer, man. This one is not as big and bulky as the rest of them. So it's not so bad having gummy knee joints. But the other ones, they really need solid knee joints, man. They're big, bulky figures. Big chunks of plastic. His ankles go back this far. Forward this far. You do get a full rotation all the way around. And there's a toe hinge like we have from all the other figures in the series as well. Let's pop his weapon in hand first. So it just pops in like this. This is the way it's shown on the back of the box. I should have looked up some pictures and everything else to understand what this weapon actually does. This is probably the best hand. This is probably the only hand actually that's going to hold on to it decently. This one got a wider grip onto it. I don't think it's going to hold in. It will fit. Just doesn't grip it that well at all. If you're going to put it on your shelf, it'll stay in place, but if you mess around with it, it's going to fall out pretty easily. So here he is with the energy blade in his hand as well. The energy blade looks pretty cool. It only comes with one hand, like I previously mentioned, to hold on to it. Having it in the right hand is the only option for this one. Those look cool. We've seen it before though, so nothing really new with this one. If we really wanted to, we can put this weapon in his hand as well. Not sure how this one fires and what it does, but if you want to hold the energy blade in one hand, then you can have both of them in his hands at the same time. Trying to get this guy to stand like that though might be a little bit difficult. You kind of lean him over a little bit and he'll stay in place just fine. Like I previously mentioned, the knees are super gummy on this one and the ankles are pretty loose, so getting this one to stand sometimes may be pretty difficult. Alright guys, just to do a few quick comparisons. Here he is next to your Roy, and here he is next to George from the same series. And then we have Master Chief. Both of these are from Series 4. These two are from Series 5. We can see that Spartan Rogue is pretty much the same size as Master Chief and pretty much the same size as George, just a little bit taller than Spartan Roy. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review for the Spartan Rogue. Overall, I'm going to give this guy a 7.5 out of 10. Not a fan of gummy knee joints, and the overall appearance of the knee joints kind of kill it for me. Like I previously mentioned, man, gotta be the ugliest knee joints that I've ever seen on any action figure. I have well over 1,000 figures, and yeah, man, that's the ugliest knee joints I've ever seen. They definitely could have made it a little bit nicer. Now, are you ever going to have them in that position? Maybe not. But if you do want to put them in that position, man, it's going to look damn ugly. Pretty cool accessories. I do like all the extra hands. Paint application on this one, like I previously mentioned, the white stripe on his leg and the white stripe on his arm are pretty messy. Even with the red on top of his helmet, there's a lot of blue showing through as well. Definitely could have used a little bit more red paint on that one. Other than that though, the paint application on the rest of the figure is pretty clean. I love all the detail in the overall sculpt of this figure. Man, his armor looks awesome. There's no denying that these are fantastic looking figures. Are they perfect? Hell no, they're not perfect. So I think 7.5 overall is a pretty decent score considering the messy paint application in certain areas and the horrible knee joints. So let me know in the comments below what you think of our score of 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you think of this figure, and let me know what you think of our review. If you guys had to rate this one out of 10, what would you give it? And as always, if you liked our review, give us a thumbs up, hit that like button, and hit that subscribe button as well. We put out reviews almost every day, every second day. Tons of content each and every week. Tons of reviews of old and new figures. So as always guys, hope you enjoyed this review and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.